Well, let's start with Tideland. You shot the movie during the break of the Brothers Grimm. How long did you secure the rights about the movie? How long did you start thinking about this project?
We actually began this project before Brothers Grimm. I read this book and I loved it. I telephoned Tony Gurzoni, who I write with.
Yeah.
He read the book, he loved it. We then took the book to Jeremy Thomas, who produces Bertolucci's movies.
Yeah.
He loved it. And then we went to get the money, and we couldn't get the money. So I went and made Brothers Grimm instead, and while I was making Brothers Grimm, Jeremy managed to find the money. And then
How much is the budget? I recall something about 9 million, 10 million.
12 million, I think,
12 million.
dollars, yeah.
Why do you think it's so difficult to secure even a budget so small for a movie like this? I mean,
one of the big problems is men tend to control the money. And this film, or this story, makes a lot of men uncomfortable. And when we were trying to raise the money, I said we need to find women who have money. And that's actually what happened in the end. That's why we were in Canada, because this company that funds movies in Canada was run by a woman. And she loved the story and the script, and that's what happened. And men are more uncomfortable with this project.
I read that Vincenzo Natali, the director of The Cube and the other movie, I don't recall, it's called Cypher in Italian, but I don't recall the whatever, shot a documentary about the movie. It's you hired him, or it's something he did it by himself? I mean, he went to you, he told you that he wanted to shoot a
No, it was very
documentary
simple. The Canadian producer is a woman named Gabriella Martinelli, and she was a very close friend of Vincenzo. And I think they were talking about the possibility of making a documentary, and he didn't have a job, and he was very curious to follow me around and try to learn my secrets. And so he made a documentary, and I don't think he learned any secrets. I don't have any secrets.
You think this documentary will be maybe released as extra on the DVD of Thailand when it will be released?
Probably. I mean, it's going to be on television. It's a very good documentary. I mean, it'll probably be on different
he's a very
television.
good director. I mean,
Yeah.
strange.
It's not as
Hollywood, the movie world.
Yeah, it's not as dramatic as Lost in La Mancha because because we made the film. That's the difference.
You hired this young girl, Jola Ferlanda, for as lead in Thailand. I read that you said that you didn't think she was a kind of an experienced actress. I mean that she did a lot of TV.
This sounds a very confused version of events.
Yeah,
But whatever you've read is, it was very simple. We needed to work with a Canadian girl because of the financing. It was getting very close to production, and I still hadn't found the girl. And I was getting very nervous because I thought, we can't make this film without the right girl, because she's in every scene. She is never off camera. And I don't think there's ever been a film with a child who is everything. And then this take came in from some casting people in Vancouver, and there was this interesting little girl, and I brought her to Toronto. They screen tested her, and I said, fantastic, she's got the part. And what it was, I thought I had discovered a star, and then I found out that she had already done 25 films and TV parts.
She already shot Silent Hill at the time, or was before Silent Hill?
No, we shot this before Silent Hill. This is after, Silent Hill was afterwards. So, but she was very experienced, is the point I was trying to make, is that she started acting when she was 4 years old. And so, in many ways, she was the most professional person on the film set.
You worked again with Jeff Bridge. You usually have in a lot of your movies you have the same actors. I mean, you had Robin Williams in The Fisher King, Baron Munchausen. He had to work with you even in Brothers Grimm. This maybe sounds like a strange question, but Usually our actors want to work with you. I mean, Bruce Willis wanted to work with you in Fisher King, he did it then in 12 Monkeys. There are other actors, actresses, or even crew members you would like to work with, or I mean, you would have liked to work with in the past and you can't?
Not really, no. I mean, I don't really think that way. I mean, each project has its own requirements, and so you look for the actor that's best for it. So in the case of Tideland, when I read the script, I mean the book, before we wrote the script, and I was thinking about it, I thought, Jeff is perfect for this part, because the character, he's a rock and roller, he's a junkie, he's not the nicest person on the planet, but his daughter loves him, and I felt the audience has to love Jeff, no matter how big an asshole he is. And that's something that Jeff does. You really like Jeff. The audience responds to him. And to me, he was just perfect for the part. And it became even more interesting when we were shooting, because all I kept thinking was, the Big Lebowski, it's the dude. But the dude 10 years after.
A little bit older. Well, about Don Quixote, I mean, I know that yesterday or today there was this edition, I don't know, the issue in Paris about the script. How's it going? How's it gone?
I haven't telephoned, I don't know.
You don't know? You still don't know?
I've got we have to deal with the film tonight, so I didn't want to be distracted. Tomorrow I'll make a telephone call.
Do you think you will be able to realize it in the future?
Well, we were promised
it's
when
your
this
dream project.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I've got to make the film. And if everything went the way we thought it was going to go, then we probably will have the rights to the script. And then we have to start raising the money again, and I've got to find probably a new Don Quixote, because Jean Rochefort is still not able to ride horses. So, but yeah, that's it. But I refuse to think about it until we have the script in my hand. So we shall see. But
one of your probable next project is Good Omens. You're still having problem financing it, as I read. The same question I did you for Don Quixote. Do you think you'll be able to raise the money to make a movie?
Well, no, it's very simple. It depends on the casting. If we get,
I read about Robin Williams probably for one of the parts.
That was 8 years ago when we first were working on it. Robin's grown older. It's an expensive movie. And all expensive movies are difficult to get Hollywood to give us the money. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I just work at it, and until we fail, we keep working at it. But I can't predict if we are going to succeed or not.
There's this rumor floating around the net that you were the first choice for John Rowling to be the director of the first Harry Potter. Is that true?
True.
And Warner didn't want you.
Correct. True.
And you hated the Columbus version.
Correct.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. So the rumor, instead, the rumor about the Half-Blood Prince is totally false.
Yeah, no, it was about the first one that
only the first one.
She wanted me to do it. The producer wanted me to do it, but there was no way the studio wanted me to do it. So that's very simple. I was glad Alfonso Cuarón finally made a good version.
Yeah. You tried to develop in the past. Watchmen. You said that you were unable, to make a movie. You would have made it as a TV show because there were too many characters, and so now they're trying to develop, but I don't think.
No, we actually wrote a script, but I wasn't that happy with the script because by reducing it down to 2.5 hours, you lose what it's about, and that's why I was always suggesting TV would be very good. You could do 5-hour sections, and you could do the entire graphic novel the way it was written.
Are there any comic book movies, you would like to realize you would like to shoot, even if they have been already made apart from Watchmen? Is there a character, you're interested in and you would like?
No, sort of it's funny, I haven't read any graphic novels for many years now. I've kind of forgotten all about them. So I don't even think like that anymore.
You like maybe a few of the ones that you made in the last few years? Tell about movies.
I didn't want to make any. I didn't want to make Spider-Man. I didn't want to make Superman, Batman. No. I think I know too much about comics, and it's like because I've thought about them so often in my head, I've kind of done the movie in my head. So it's like, what's the point of making it?
About Brothers Grimm, Nicole Kidman, Anthony Hopkins, Robin Williams were actors who got to participate in the movie. Why haven't they been in the movie? I mean, problems, Weinstein problems.
Yeah, what happens with movies? I mean, casting is you cast for very different reasons sometimes when you're spending that kind of money. So, like Nicole Kidman, who I think is actually wonderful. I wasn't that interested in her playing the part. If she had played the part, fine. It would have made it easier. We get the money, everything goes easier. But I wasn't searching for it. But that was one of the suggestions. Robin Williams was involved in it before the Weinsteins came in, and the Weinsteins didn't do a deal with him.
What was the part he had to?
Cavaldi, the one that Peter Stormare played. Yeah. But the Weinsteins wouldn't do his deal, so that was over and all. And I can't remember. Anthony Hopkins, I don't think I ever was thinking about it for any part.
I read about it on IMDb.
Many
visual errors.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's wonderful. I
will correct that.
Wikipedia is wrong also. I just looked at Wikipedia.
They are user-made sites, so they can check every information they.
No, but that's the pity about it, is nobody's checking. And some of these things become fact after a certain point because nobody is editing.
Because if you see them for years,
eventually
they're really true.
It's a reality, yeah. And it's really, I just looked at, occasionally I go on to see who I am, and I discover all these mistakes.
Even about, always about Brothers Grimm, you had an Italian second unit director that was Michele Soavi.
Ah, yes, I did.
That worked with you again 10 years after Munchausen. Yeah. You chose him. Why did you choose him eventually?
Well, actually somebody else was originally doing second unit, and it wasn't working out. And Michele was in between jobs. And
he's doing a lot of TV in Italy.
But he had some time, and so we said, come on up and help us. And that's what happened. And that's what he did.
Brother Grimm in origin was an MGM production,
correct.
Right? And then Dimension came in. So you decided to work on the project.
It was MGM. It was an MGM project. I was brought into the project. We rewrote the script. We were in pre-production. Nicola, myself, all of the heads of department were in Prague. And then we got a call saying MGM had pulled out. And so we'd spent a lot of time already at that point, 6 months. We had designed the movie. Guy Dias and I had already designed everything. We had the locations. We were ready to start. And they pulled out at the very last moment. And there was a couple of days of, everybody disappeared, everybody went back to wherever they lived. And then I got a call saying Dimension wanted to get involved. And I'd always said I wouldn't work with the Weinsteins because, they are who they are, I am who I am. It's not that one is right and one is wrong, it's just that certain marriages are not the best. And, but you're in a position where you've got a lot of people already working, designing, a lot of work has gone into it, and so what do? Do you say no, or do you continue? And I chose to continue.
You wrote the script after the Weinstein came in, or just before?
Before. They then tried to change things, and in fact, the script was constantly being rewritten. Tony and I were constantly changing things all the way, because I didn't like the original script, and we didn't really have time to sit down and stop and then just write a new script. So we were always adapting the original script and trying to make it something that we were comfortable with. We stole you, I think, too much time. So okay, good.
Go for that.
Yeah.
Hai una domanda da fargli che non gli ho fatto? Niente?
Beautiful handheld, solid, steady.
I don't know.
No, this
really
interview, the printed interview will be on the September issue of Hot Dog magazine. I will put this interview, the filmed one. I've got a blog on the internet about movies. Yeah, I've got a blog about movies. So after the interview will be printed on Hot Dog, I will put online. So I don't know if you've got an email address. I can reach you to tell you when it's online.
What's your blog?
I haven't got. It's in Italian. The fact is, qualcosa da scrivere, something to write. So I'll give you the address. Abbiamo qualcosa da scrivere?
No pen in there.
Now,
Thank you.
let's try this. Doing it on the back. Maybe
So
you're doing it
okay.
next to your name.
This is the difficult part now. I'll engrave it. It's so deep in there. Oh, you can feel it if you're blind. When your eyesight goes, you can feel it.
Let's hope it does not happen.